Welcome to my new project presentation called Command Output to a HTML Chart for Websites. This is a simple one-liner to convert any file or command outputs into a HTML chart. Actually, if you notice, I will this is a simple method but a very versatile method to convert many formats, like for example converting Excel sheets, your command outputs of servers and database text files to a professional HTML chart of nearly 6 different types. So this is so versatile that you can get a lot of job opportunities and also use them in your existing professions too. So keep watching. Let's look at how to do this simple conversion. Just a single one-liner command to be learnt and applied it on your terminal or command prompts. That's it. So easy. So now I will give you all the links of my projects and projects especially related to this, projects related to this, and also helpful videos, my other videos which are very helpful in this regard. That also I will give you. Similar to this project, I have also done a command output to HTML tables as well for data publishing needs. So this is chart publishing needs and that is data publishing. So let's look at both of that as much as possible. So now let's once you get into my project website here, just click on the download button. The download button should give you a zip file called html_charts.zip, which is a 34.5 MB download. So once you download it, go to your Explorer or Finder and extract the zip file, html_charts.zip file. Right click it and extract it. Choose extract here or something like that. This will extract it to html_charts folder. So once you get into that folder, html_charts, get into that folder, do date modified descending so that the latest files will be on top. So you can have a look at it. Mainly go through this readme files, which will give you a quick understanding of what the single line command that you need to edit and execute it will be. So you will get to know it. So let me quickly go through one of the readme files. Of course, this process is going to be very similar for all operating systems: Windows, Linux, Mac, Unix, BSD, Android, smartphones. These days, virtualizations are everywhere, so you can take advantage of it. So let's go through readme.txt first, and in this I have given how I am converting a file called car production by country. You can see it here, car production by country. If you are not able to see it, read the words, just please turn on full screen mode in your video frame. On the bottom right corner there should be a button for it. Turn on full screen now. I will wait for a couple of seconds. Okay, so now I have taken some model data to show you how this chart production will look like, chart conversion will look like. I have taken something called car production by country. From worldpopulationreview.com, I have this data called some sample data called car production by country 2022. All the countries and how many vehicles, cars and commercial vehicles they have manufactured, it's written here. So I would like to convert the first field, the country field, and the second field, the total vehicles, how much they are manufactured, into a chart. So my x-axis will be this country names and my y-axis will be the total vehicles. So let's see how to convert this in the scripting language of many operating systems. It's called $1 for this file name and $2 for this one. But I'm going to call it as 1 and 2 column. So don't worry, it's very easy. So let's now, once I know what data to convert, of course these sort of data should be properly delimited first. Before you process it with my command, you have to properly delimit it. So how do you do that? First copy and paste the entire data. Copy, let's say I will copy a few sample data, Control C this. Open LibreOffice Portable. If you don't have LibreOffice, just download this very useful software, which is a portable software edition for many operating system. It's available. So you have to Google search for LibreOffice portable, LibreOffice space portable space Windows, or LibreOffice space Linux space portable. So like that, if you search, you will get the portable editions. And once you get the portable edition, extract it, and inside that folder you have to search for, it will be deep within some many subfolders. It will be deep. There will be an exe executable binary called scalc, scalc, or soffice. You can either search for either of these things, and once you search for it and the result comes, double click on it to open the spreadsheet. You may have to turn on subfolders mode to search in case if it doesn't search fully. You should find an scalc or soffice inside it. So open that spreadsheet called calc, and once you open that spreadsheet, see, this is soffice. This is called soffice. I open a calc spreadsheet and I paste the data that I pasted now, copied now from the website, and I'm going to convert into a chart, nice chart of 6 different types with this data. Same command, similar command, but 6 different types of charts, which is very exciting. Let's see that now. So country and total vehicles. Now I'm going to save it. File, save as, file menu, save as. Type should be in LibreOffice Portable. Type should be text CSV. This is going to give you a very important feature now. Just watch it closely. Text, this is not available in many spreadsheet programs. Text CSV, .csv, and automatic file extension is turned on. Now I put something like car production. .csv, it will add automatically, so don't worry. Then what I do is and save it. Once I save it, it says whether you want to use ODF or text CSV. I say text CSV. And then now is the most important feature that I was talking about, which is not existing anywhere else. So first is character set setting. UTF-8 I have selected. This is many languages it supports this character set. The ones within the bracket is very important, because both Excel sheet and also your HTML files carry the character set setting, CHARSET, that setting called. In my HTML files also I would have embedded it. You need to change it if your language is different from English, or if your data is not getting displayed properly. You need to change the character set to the appropriate setting. By opening it in a notepad or WordPad, you have to change it. So first is the character Unicode setting, this character set setting. Everywhere you within brackets, ISO 8859-11, let's say for Thai, and ISO 8859-9 for Turkish. Like this, many character sets are existing. So you need to, I will choose for my example UTF-8. Field delimiter is pipe. Look at it, I have chosen a very nice delimiter called pipe, which doesn't exist in data, which is very unique. And pipe, you can use even tilde or backticks or hash also, but pipe is a very good delimiter. And string delimiter should not be double quotes, it should be empty. Then click OK and save it. Now car production.csv is saved. Let's open it and see how it looks like. I go to car production.csv, right click it and open it with some text editor. Let's say TextMate. And look at it, so nice. Just a few rows I converted, but it's so nice. All the fields are nicely delimited. Delimited means your character is pipe. Pipe is the separator between each field. So it's nicely delimited. Now this is like a suite to my command. Very easy to convert it. Now once you have a properly delimited file, you can pass it to my command, one-liner command, and make a beautiful chart very quickly. So let's do that. Let's pass this car production to the readme command. See this readme file, I have got it. I will open it again for you. One readme.txt is there. See, I have already done this cat command, first line. This is for line chart. Let's go through a few charts. For example, for line chart, I just say cat car production by country 2022.csv. Cat command reads the file name. Of course, don't worry, these are all Linux commands, but ported to Windows as well. Linux, Mac, all BST and Unix, and even Windows has all these commands now. So I have also ported it in the subdirectories, so don't worry, in its Windows directory it is there. So you just have to execute it in your command prompt if you are in Windows user. But for Mac, Linux and other Unix users, you have to open your terminal and execute it. So change the file name to whatever file name you have, car production by country 2022.csv. Change that file name alone, and then pipe the data gets piped to sed command, which will remove duplicate blank lines or blank lines to for that matter. And then further the output is passed to the gawk command. Gawk command is a very good language, great language for doing data manipulation things and data addition and all such things. It does it nicely. So let's see that one by one. -f gawk -f is the script that I've written, chart.js.1.awk. This is the script, main script, that will read the data and convert it into a chart for you, and that requires some variables to be set by us. -f is pipe, which is the delimiter I was talking about, so I've set it as pipe character. And -v chart type equal to line. See, this is the important thing now, which type of chart you want, or you want all types. So you have to do it one by one, all commands, line, bar, donut, pie, polar area, radar, all these are supported. So the same data can be get converted to all these charts, and we will look at all of them to see how nice they look like. And -v my title. My title is my sheet. You give any title to your, this is the window title, you can keep a short name, my sheet. And -header, this is the most important thing, my data. Instead of my data, you can say car production by countries 2022 list. Like that, you can give an exhaustive description for headers. You can even use variables there to substitute from your operating system, like dates, etc. You can substitute many things like that dynamically. Of course, my other project link, I will give you that. It has a lot of sections and tips. That project is called command output to HTML table. This is HTML chart, that is HTML table. So that has got a lot of similar sections of how to manipulate this dynamically. So I don't want to repeat it here, so you can refer that site for a lot of dynamic conversions, dynamic additions to my data. And then further you pass, you have another variable called my x-axis field number. Just now I told you that I'm going to convert my x-axis is the first field, so I say equal to 1, and -v my y-axis field number equal to 2. So second field is the y-axis. So this is what you have to set correctly. Depending on your data, there may be many columns, so you have to set the correct column number here, 1 or 2 or 9 or 10, whatever. You set that two field numbers correctly, and then comes my x-axis label equal to names. Because this is names of countries, so I've just named it as names, x-axis label as names. And then skip first line equal to true. I have marked it as true. So you can mark it as false also, in case if you want to skip the first line, you have to make it as true, which means the heading line will be skipped, which is correct. Actually, the chart needs only data and not your heading lines. So just skip the first line as true, make it as true, and then send the output. Greater than means send the output to my sheet line chart.html. So send the output to my sheet line chart.html. So this will send the output to that file name. That's it, and your chart gets nicely. Now you can publish your that HTML file along with its dependencies. There are two dependencies. One is the chart.js folder, and another is a search.png icon. So both these are dependencies to this file. So you have to port all the three, this HTML file and that one folder, chart.js folder, and one search.png. All three you have to take it to your web servers, either local web servers if you are publishing it locally, or your internet web servers. You have to FTP them. So FTP stands for file transfer protocol. Use that with your username and password provided by your web server administrator. Use that to transfer these three files, one file, two files, and one folder. Okay, now let's execute it in the command prompt or terminal. I'm going to copy the entire line. So shift end will help you. Shift end. If you're in Mac, command shift right arrow will copy the entire line, or select the entire line. You have to press Ctrl C, Command C, or whatever. So copy the entire line depending on your editor. Copy it and open a terminal or command prompt in that folder mainly. So let's do that. I'm opening this Finder here I'm on MacBook Pro now for better video demonstration. I'm using that facility, but it is the process is same for Windows, Linux, and Mac and other servers also. So go to the folder HTML charts, go back or okay, let me say on Windows you have to just press click on the location bar. This is called location bar or address bar. So click on that and type cmd and press enter. So this will open a command prompt in that same folder so that you can execute your command as well as pick up the data files. This will commands will pick up your data files automatically and you can work with it. Like for example, I copied car production.csv here. So my command and on my terminal is going to pick up that car production.csv and convert it into these HTML chart files. I'll show you the HTML chart files shortly, but before that I will add a point or two. So this is about Windows. I told about Windows that you have to put command prompt on the location bar, but for Mac and Linux you go one step back and go to this folder called HTML charts, right click it, and then services, or even there might be open in terminal, new terminal folder. See what options are there for you. I will say new terminal at folder, so it will open a terminal there, and then I will command V that, or right click it, right click and paste, or edit menu paste, whatever way, paste that and press enter. Before you press enter key to execute it, go to the folder and see if there is a latest modified file comes on top. Let's say my line chart is going to come on top. Just watch it. I press enter key and my line chart comes on top. So this is how it gets created. That's it. So simple. One line, just one line command which you edit, copy and paste on your terminal, press enter on your command prompt and press enter, and it generates the charts for you. 6 different types of charts you can generate in no time for any type of data. This is important. So you get plenty of job opportunities as well for earning potential. So you can use it. Of course, do share this good news with your colleagues and friends so that they also get helped just like you. So that's the kindness we are talking about. So next is like once you executed all these things, I will open the charts for you. Before I open the charts for you, let me tell you, this is the chart.js folder that I was talking about, which is the JavaScript files which my script will locally execute in the HTML files. So and create your charts for you. So this is all wonderful open source software, so don't worry, it's all quite good. Let me, and then apart from chart.js, I was talking about search.png file. This also needs to be copied everywhere. And then I have got something called generate default index web page.shell or .bat, whatever. So this will generate a nice index file for you. If you're going to generate a lot of HTML chart files, you need an index page to link all of them. So this will generate for you. So that is important. And then for Windows users, once you extract this main folder contains for Windows folder, go inside it. There will be 32-bit or 64-bit. Choose whatever your operating system is like. Double click it. So I double click on 64-bit for example, and go through this readme file. I think this readme file is the same as your main folder's readme file. Just the same command you're going to execute. Edit and execute, but it will be on command prompt instead of terminal. That's it. That's the only difference. And see, look at it. The data is here. I have pasted saved the data, CSV data from my Excel sheet. I saved the CSV data in this folder especially. Before executing the command, you must save your data files to the same folder. Otherwise, it can't find your file, and it will say can't find your file. Errors. It will give you file errors. And there is one more thing, when you execute these commands, sometimes you might get a 0-byte file as well. I have seen this in some cases. Some issues are there in some operating systems where a 0.5 byte file might get generated because the execution is so fast that it might miss out on details and generate a 0-byte file. So what you have to do in such cases is you just have to re-execute the same command. Just copy and paste the same command and press enter to execute it. Repeat it till you get a consistent size of your various chart files. If one chart is 3 KB, there is possibility that the other should also be 3 KB in size. So look at the size when you generate it. That's it. I think I've covered everything mostly, and now let's look at the charts and see how they look like. All the charts I will look like, from line chart to bar chart to radar, pie and other things. We'll look at it. So what we will do is I will go with the the HTML, and I put on the kind. I will sort it. So all my charts are together now. Let's look at it one by one. First is that index.html file that I was talking about. So this is a nice HTML index file that got generated. So people can click it once on your web server. They can click on any of these files, and it will take you to that chart. So let's install. I can do it like this, or I can directly refer my HTML files. Like I double click my bar chart, or call it in the address bar. If you are hosting it on a web server, you will give the HTTPS address for your file. So including the subfolders. So if you are hosting it on a subfolder, I think I would better suggest host it on a subfolder called HTML charts, because your index.html should not overwrite anybody else's index.html. So I would suggest create a separate folder so that your files are unique and don't disturb others. So now let's go through this bar chart.html, double click it and see how nicely it looks like. So this is the car production. China is leading in the race. So China is at top. Once I move my mouse, it will display how much is the value for China. It's 2 million something odd file. And then next comes United States, then Japan, then India. So like that, all these countries in some order it comes. So it's so easy to look at visually. Chart is really helpful to do a visual analysis quickly, or a trending analysis quickly. So charts are very powerful tools. So use them well and publish all your data, or most of your data, from servers, databases, from command outputs, from Excel sheets. So all these type of data you can convert to a charts or even tables, as per my other project. Convert it to HTML charts or HTML tables and publish them. So you can earn a living out of that. So now once bar chart I have covered, next is donut chart. This nicely visually represents all this legend is there, and this one is there. So you can look at it. My sheet is the title we are given, and my data, you can name it as you like. This is the header. My data is the header. And then once you move the mouse anywhere, you can get the value for this one. X and Y gets displayed nicely. This is also a very powerful chart, donut chart. And then you have line chart. This is line chart for you. And of course, one more thing I forgot to tell you. See, look at it. This is 37 countries here, and it's nicely spread. This is a very responsive chart types that I have designed, which my script will create. Responsive chart, which means if you maximize your window, it will also get maximized. If you minimize it, it will minimize it. So this is called responsive chart. You can even look at it from your smartphone angle and see how they look like. Okay. Now line chart is displayed. Then we go through the pie chart, which looks similar to the donut chart. You can choose either of them or all of them. Polar area looks like this one, some radial definition. And then radar chart looks like this. Radar chart looks like this. If you need some definition of why these charts are helpful, you can go to chartjs.org, and go through this chart types here. On the left, chart types are there, and all these types of charts are there, and they will tell you why these charts are important. Line chart is a way of plotting data points in a line. Often it is used to show trend data, the comparison of two data sets. So this is how it's useful. So like that, everywhere there are descriptions, so you can go through the descriptions and learn about it. Of course, I would also suggest that go through w3schools.com website for their excellent HTML tag tutorials and also SQL tutorials. SQL is for structured query language, which is used in all databases. To extract data from databases and then convert to a chart, you need to know a bit of SQL, not too much, but bit of it. Something like the select query. If you learn select statement, it's enough. You can join multiple tables and generate a output file, which you can pass to my command to generate a chart or even a HTML table, which is my other project, as I told you. So I think that's it. I think I covered everything. So go through the description box for all the links that are given. Watch them at your leisure and get expertise in various areas. I wish you all the best for all your job opportunities, existing as well as new ones, and wish you share with your friends and colleagues. So thanks for watching and have a nice day.